Hello, my name is Moving Cat, and in this video I'll be going over the winter event and football event. I'm going to compare them when it comes to diamond spending. If you plan on spending diamonds, which one of these events should you go for? Should you go for the football event or the winter event? So that's what I'm going to go over, and to help me with that I've made a spreadsheet here with quite a bit of information on various setups and so on. But before I show that, let me quickly go over the different buildings that we'll be using, so that you're familiar. So first of all, from the winter event, we have the winter canal. And if we open it up, we see that this one at max level has two variation. One gives 12 forge points and 30 up to 30 defense. What I'm going to do in a moment is that when I compare, I'm going to be looking at Space Age Venus, and I'm also going to be looking at the lower age, and I've picked the Industrial Age just as an example, partly because that's where I'm going to be camping on the New World, but yeah, just to show the difference between high age and low age, but we'll see that. The next option, or the other option, gives 9 forge points, a little bit fewer, but you get some attack instead of defense for your attacking army. You get 24 in total. So that's the grand prize. And then also another big factor of which one you should spend diamonds on is the daily specials. So when it comes to the daily specials, the main ones are the Sentinel Outpost, which is a really nice building, as we all know, for defense, for your attacking army. Very efficient there. Then we also have the winter train. If I open that up, here we go, winter train. This one at level 9. One variation here, the Charcoal Express, gives up to 24% attack for your attacking army and some forge points. Then we also have a forge point variation that I will be showing in one of my examples, but still, you might even go for this when you do that, but I'll get back into that. Now, in addition to that, we also have 4 different cars which can be chained behind the train. So we have the dining car for attack, that gives a flat 4% attack boost independent of your age. Then we have the sleeping car, which gives 2 forge points, and we have the parlor car, which gives 5% defense for your attacking army. That's the winter event. For the football event, the new building is the Fiore Village, and this one is quite interesting, and it might change. That's something that we have to keep in mind. But as things are right now, this one doesn't give any forge points, which is interesting, but it does give up to 34% defense for your attacking army. Which is quite nice, slightly better than the Olympic Treasury, for example. So that's the main building, the grand prize. Speaking of the Olympic Treasury, that is one of the grand prizes. So we don't have a complete list here, but we know from last year which ones will appear. And the main ones are the Winter Plaza, as well as the Terracotta Vineyard. And of course, you also have Sentinel and the Olympic Treasury that you can also go for. But let's quickly look at these first. So Winners Plaza is a really, really efficient, really good attack building for your attacking army. It gives up to 14% attack at level 2, so it has 2 levels, which is not a lot compared to other event buildings with 8 or 10 levels. In lower ages, you see that that's quite a bit lower. So in industrial, for example, that's half of that, so 7%. Then we have the Terracotta Vineyard, which in itself gives up to 8 forge points at level 8. It's 5x3, so 15 tiles long, big. But it has, again, similar to the train, it has some chain buildings. So here we have the Cypress Pass, which gives 8% attack boost, and again it's a flat attack boost, so independent of your age you will get 8%. And you have the Lavender Lawn, which gives 4 forge points, Again, yeah, I was going to say independent of age, but that's all forge points. And then we have the Olive Grove, which gives 8% defense boost for attacking army. So that's kind of the main ones. Of course, you have the Sentinel as well. So with that in mind, let's go over this spreadsheet I made and let's talk about which event is best for diamond spenders. So first of all, let's look at some stats. Now, based on my simulations here and based on some quick calculations, based on the beta event and everything like that, previous events, these are rough estimates of how many diamonds per kit, per selection kit for the main building, and how many diamonds per daily special you need. So for the winter event, you need roughly 1,500 diamonds per selection kit. So for every 2 grand prizes, and you need around 1,200 diamonds per daily special. Now, when it comes to the Forge Bowl, it's quite interesting here because you need quite a lot more for the selection kit for the main building. You need around 2,500, 2,600, but when it comes to daily specials, that's quite a bit lower. So we have an interesting scenario where it'll be cheaper to get the grand prize here, but more expensive to get daily specials, and the reverse in the Forge Bowl. More expensive to get the main building fully leveled, or a second main building fully leveled, but you'll get more daily specials from it. So below here I have some examples, and with these examples I have taken the amount you need to spend for one full additional here Winter Canal and here Fiora Village. Now this is assuming you don't have any had free kits after the free events, so assuming you need another full 10 selection kits for both of these, which isn't too realistic, but for comparison it'll make sense. So when it comes to the Winter Canal, the winter event, you need around 15,000 diamonds per additional Winter Canal. In the Forge Bowl event, you'll need around 26,000 Forge points, so quite a lot more. However, because the cost for daily specials is much lower in the Forge Bowl event, you'll get a lot more. So here you'll get roughly, again this is roughly, when it comes to daily specials, luck plays quite a big part, but on average 33 daily specials from the Forge Bowl and a little bit over 12 from the winter event for each additional full Winter Canal or Fiora Village. Now if we take this and compare it to this for the same number of diamonds, that's roughly 19.5 daily specials for the same number of diamonds as for a full Winter Canal. So yeah, a decent amount more here. That's what, plus 50%, something like that. So yeah, quite a big change. So let's compare some specific scenarios. Let's first talk about attack for your attacking army. So here I have 2 setups for each of these, and again take these numbers with a grain of salt. It will depend on how many daily specials you get, but let's first look at this. Here you get the Jolie Canal, which gives attack. You get the charcoal train and 3 dining cars, because you'll need on average, or you need 9 selection kits here, or daily specials here. So you have 3 spare, so just put those down as dining cars. It could be sentinels, of course, as well. But let's roll with that. For that, you will get 60 attack in Space Age Venus, or 48 in the Industrial Age, for around 250 diamonds per attack percentage. For in Space Age Venus, a little bit over 300 in Industrial Age. Now when it comes to attack per tile, including roads, around 0.9 here. Next option here is an interesting option, definitely not for established worlds, but for new worlds this might be an interesting one. You still get the Jolie Winter Canal, this full Winter Canal, but instead of getting a charcoal train and a few cars, you get a level 1 train and a bunch of dining cars. So level 1 train and 11 dining cars. For that, you'll get slightly more attack, or in Space Age Venus you'll get slightly more. In Industrial Age you'll get a decent amount more. So yeah, in terms of diamonds per attack percentage, not too big of a difference here compared to in Space Age Venus, but quite a big difference here in Industrial Age. So early on, because you get a flat amount per dining car, this might be an interesting option. Definitely not saying it's the best. In most worlds, this is probably a better option. But yeah, so here we have some numbers for the winter event. Now let's compare those to the Forge Bowl event. So here again I have two combinations. First of all, I have the Fiora Village combined with Winners Plazas. Now the Fiora Village doesn't have any options, so you'll always get defense boost here. So that's why you see two values here. First one is attack, the second is defense for your attacking army. So here, for these 20 or 26,000 diamonds, you can get a lot of attack, over 200 attack and some defense, which is around 100 diamonds per attack percentage, or combined attack percentage. And you can see that's quite a bit lower than over here on the winter event. And also this is much more efficient than the winter event. However, in Industrial Age, it's actually not that great efficiency, because the Winners Plaza that scales with age, so in lower ages it's not the best, it's not that great. So here you can see that there's quite a big jump here in efficiency and the number of diamonds per attack percentage, so almost half here. Now if we scale that down to the number of diamonds you spend here in the winter event, that's equivalent to around 150 combined attack, which you can see is quite a bit more than the 60 you get here. Or in Industrial Age, that's around, 80? So also a very decent amount more than what you get here in the Industrial Age. Now the next option here is also another little bit crazy option, but just thought I'd mention it anyways. That's a Fiora Village, 2 terracotta vineyards at level 1, and a bunch of cypresses. Now the reason I say 2 is because you can't actually fit enough cypresses in your city to only use 1 terracotta vineyard at level 1. So here you get 2 terracotta vineyards at level 1 and 31 cypresses, which is crazy. Not sure if I would recommend it on, or I definitely wouldn't recommend it on an established city, or perhaps I would, I don't know, no, probably not. But it's an interesting option for new cities. So here you can see that in Space Age Venus, it only gives slightly more than this first option in terms of attack, but it uses a lot more space. So in terms of efficiency, it's much, much worse. So in Space Age Venus, definitely do not do this. But if we go over to Industrial Age, here you can see that this combination here is actually slightly more efficient than Winners Plazas in Industrial Age. So if you are below Industrial Age, and if you plan to stay below Industrial Age for quite a while, this will actually be more efficient. And also you'll get a lot more per diamond. So here, 95 diamonds per attack percentage. With this other option here, it's 191. So a lot better here in terms of that. Again, if we scale this back to the number of diamonds you spend for in winter event here, you can see that you get around 165, almost 100 more, and again there around 160, 100 more. So a lot more attack in terms of efficiency. It's better. So overall, when it comes to attack for your attacking army, the Forge Bowl event is much better, and I would save my diamonds for the Forge Bowl event to go there for attack buildings for your attacking army. So that's the first one. Let's move on to defense boost for your attacking army. Let's see if it's the same story here. Starting with the winter event, first possible combination, or first combination that I've made here, is the festive canal, winter canal, in combination with sentinels. So here you get 1 festive canal and you get 6 sentinels at level 2. for a combined 54 defense for your attacking army in Space Age Venus, or 44 in the Industrial Age. That is a little bit below 300 diamonds per defense percentage in Space Age Venus, 350 in Industrial Age. In terms of defense per tile, quite decent numbers. Here is Space Age Venus, almost 1.7, and around 1.4 in Industrial Age. So yeah, some decent numbers, but nothing too crazy. Then we have another interesting combo. This one is even worse than the one here, but it's the same story. You get a train at level 1 plus a bunch of parlor cars. These are new cars in this event, was introduced in this event. Here you get more defense compared to this option here. So you do get more defense per diamond spent, but it's very inefficient, so I probably wouldn't recommend this. So let's ignore this and let's focus on this. Now moving on to the Forge Bowl event. Here we have a combo with the Fiora village plus Sentinels, so pretty much the same as here, same story. Now here you get one Fiora village fully leveled, plus you get 16 Sentinels, or 17 Sentinels, but one of them not fully leveled, for a total of 100 attack, or defense for your attacking army. That is quite a decent amount more. Not too much when it comes to diamonds per defense, because this is with more diamonds spent, of course. But in terms of efficiency, it's a decent amount better than the winter event. And that's mainly because you get more sentinels compared to the space that's taken up by the main building. So here you only have 6 sentinels plus the main building. Here you have 16 sentinels plus the main building. The two buildings are not too different in terms of efficiency, but because you have more sentinels, this will be higher. So yeah, and same story in Industrial Age, slightly less efficient because the Fiora village gives less attack or defense, but you get the same amount from the Sentinels. Now if we scale this back to the winter event values, you can see that here we have 59 compared to 54, or 52 compared to 44. So slightly higher, but a decent amount more efficient. So again, similar to the, or like with the attack for your attacking army, for defense, the Forge Ball event is also better than the winter event. Lastly, let's quickly look at Forge points. Here again I have this slightly crazy option with first of all a festive canal, which gives 12 forge points, then a train at level 1 plus a bunch of sleeping cars. So each of these sleeping cars give 2 forge points. This combination here gives 34 forge points in total, for around 450 diamonds per forge point. And in terms of efficiency, not that great, around 0.3 forge points per tile, which is only slightly better than the Shrine of Knowledge, so definitely not that great. Another option is the Festive Canal again, plus the Evergreen Train that I mentioned, which gives 8 forge points, plus a couple of sleeping cars. This combination gives fewer forge points with 26, so almost 600 diamonds per forge point, but it is more efficient, close to 0.4 forge points, which is alright. It's not amazing, but it's definitely not bad either. Now moving on to the Forge Bowl event here. Again, we have this crazy layout with a terracotta level 1 or 2 of those, plus a bunch of lavender chain buildings, forget the full name. Now here, interestingly, the Fiora village does not give any attack, forge point, sorry, so that's something to keep in mind. And also here in forge points per tile, I've not included the Fiora village because, yeah, you can decide not to place it, so would be unfair to count that in here. Anyways, with this combination, you get a whopping 124 forge points for those 26,000 diamonds. That's slightly or just above 200 diamonds per forge point, which you can see is quite a bit less than over here. In terms of efficiency, it's yeah, well, slightly better than here, around around 0.36, 37 forge points per tile. Again, that's not amazing, but it's not bad either. So it's quite average, I think. Or I think in most event buildings tend to be around 0.4 forge points per tile recently, with some around 0.5. So it's okay, it's all right. If we scale this back again to the same number of diamonds as you spent in the winter event, that is 73 forge points compared to 34, quite a lot more than 2 times the number of forge points for the same number of diamonds spent. Now if we do a little bit more sensible layout with a terracotta level 8, so a fully leveled terracotta vineyard plus lavender chain buildings, it'll give less forge points, 108, but it's more efficient. It gives slightly above 0.4 forge points per tile. And again, comparing it to the winter event, more than twice the amount for the same number of diamonds. So yeah, again, like with the winter event, the forge bowl is the better option. And I think what this shows quite clearly is that if you plan to spend diamonds, the forge bowl event is the better option out of these two, and I would save my diamonds for that event. So yeah, I think that's all I want to go over in this video. I will talk more about the forge bowl as we are approaching the event. And as I said, the Fiora village, it might change still on the beta, so we don't know if these are final values. But in any case, the main difference here is the daily specials. So even if the Fiora village is changed slightly, that won't really affect my point in this video and my conclusions that much. So yeah, my recommendation is that if you want to spend diamonds, wait for the Forge Bowl event. So yeah, with that, I think I'll end it there. But before I do, let me thank my Patreons. I would like to thank Homestar, Merrick B, PQ the Goat, Arkler Sabathia, Hugo Count von Count, Jan Fredriksen, Jude Generous, Rako, Henrik der Erklärber, and Mattia. Thank you all very much for your support. Thanks for watching, take care, and I will see you in the future.